Welcome back to Benny's Custom Works, proudly supported by Haltech and Sparesbox. Don't forget Benny 5 on checkout. This week, we are doing a 12-volt setup in the Pajero Mini. We do have some awesome gear thanks to the guys at Renogy. We've got one of their slimline lithium batteries. We've got a DC-DC charger, and we've also got a fold-out solar panel, which is awesome because it's a massive surface area, but it packs down really small. We are going to be diving into this because there is going to be quite a lot of work to get it done, and we don't have a lot of time. So let's dive in, have some fun, drill some holes, and run some cables. Woo! If you are new to camping and you are setting up your solar system for the first time, make sure when you set your solar panel up, you face it north, because as the sun arcs east to west, you will get sun all day. You can actually focus it in the afternoon towards the west, but I find that not setting it up in the north, you get the full sweep of the day. Obviously, tree line dependent, that sort of deal, but it's all about maximizing sun collection. So make sure you look at where the sun is and where north is. Works mad. Did I fold it the wrong way? Yep.
Yeah.
Nailed it. This is our Renogy Rego 12-volt lithium battery. It's pretty cool because it has advanced lithium cells in it that are 9 times slower to heat up compared to a traditional lithium cell, which means thermal runaway is basically impossible. It's also vibration resistant, and it comes in a really tough, durable aluminium case. So we are going to start installing it now. We're going to position the battery, then we're going to start looking at our DC-DC charger and our cable routing to make sure that we don't chafe the cable and it's run safely through things like the firewall and past seat frames and that sort of stuff, so we don't have any cabin fires. And we are going to be fusing both ends of the run from the front to the back.
What's the board for?
The board is what everything's going to get mounted to.
Surfs up.
If you can surf this bit of board, good for you. All power to you, my friend. I did already pull this out, so I'm anticipating having to cut this.
I can't help but notice, but you never peeled off any of those stickers on the door.
Why would I?
Does that mean you like them?
It's part of the car, bro.
The whale's pretty cute. And it clears all those bolts now.
So I've actually just used these tech screws to mark out our 4 holes, because I'm going to nutsert the floor and actually bolt the timber in, because I do want that to be retained properly in the vehicle. Also, when we nutsert it, we can actually do rust preventative in the body as well.
What's that? Some sort of epoxy paint or something?
Just like a rust preventative. It's
Okay,
called
cool.
Rust Shield. Some rando stuff that I had on the shelf that will do the job.
Cool.
No idea what it does, but it's called Rust Shield, so it's probably the right stuff for the job.
It's in the name.
It's in the name.
Did you get these specific for this job?
Nope.
Or just had them?
Just had them in my stash.
There you go.
Always have your stash, bro.
How do you accumulate your stash? As you go, do you just buy double what you need and then you've got the same thing again for the next job next time?
That's weird.
Like, what's your strategy on the actual accumulation of the stash?
Just, yeah, buy stuff.
Keen to go camping.
Sure am.
Going fishing? Well, what are we doing?
I don't know, did you bring a fishing rod?
No.
Guess not then. Chuck a couple of screws in that.
Well, it's like you had this board cut to size.
Almost like you wouldn't believe that I already had another piece cut that was too small.
Where are we going camping anyway?
Oh, just down by the river, I reckon.
Yeah, sweet. You're saying a place that's like, I don't know, an hour and 15 minutes south of Sydney?
There's a heap, yeah, it's a big drive from here. Before I go screwing everything down,
Oh, yeah.
I'm just going to look at positioning of stuff. These do come with a fly lead already on it, so it's easy to work out. Because we're going to put our DC-DC charger so close to the battery, we can actually use these pre-installed wire lengths to go from the charger to the battery. We are going to be putting a Anderson connector on the solar input, and then we're going to be putting a fuse on the positive side that's going to run to our battery, which is our DC input, and we're going to be just extending the ground side for the battery. So we do have plenty of cabling to run still, but I do want to have a look at just placement of everything. I do also have 12-volt accessory panel. I'm actually just going to double-sided tape this because I'm not 100% sure this is going to stay in the boot yet. So I just want to sort of mount it up today and get a bit of a feel for it, if it's going to work there in its best position. Because the other option we could have is actually just make a longer cable, and it means we can take this and put it inside a tent or anything like that. So good little 12 volt box that basically splits power. We've got USB, 2 different types of USB, and then we've got 2 12 volt accessory sockets. Interesting to note as well, the solar panel itself actually has USB as well, so you can charge your phone or other USB accessories directly off the solar panel without even needing this distribution block. Output positive and negative. Interestingly, these have got 3 ground wires, which none of them are actually marked specifically, so they must all go to a common ground in the unit. So it means you can break out a power and a ground, or a supply and a ground to wherever you're going to. So pretty handy.
Wait, so do you have to use all the grounds, or you can?
Yeah,
just...
you have to use all 3.
Yep.
But you've got DC input from the vehicle.
Yep.
You've also got solar, so you've got 2 wires from both of those, and then you've also got the 2 wires that go from the charger directly to the battery. So the other thing I quite like is it's got these terminal covers which clip on, and then it's just got threaded posts. So these are 8mm from memory. I need to find the bolts. Step 1, put the heat shrink on.
How good you remember then. Most people remember after.
I'm definitely in the remember after gang.
Not
Watch it
today.
be just too tight. Damn it, I'm out of the good one. This is my favourite one. This stuff's not glue filled. It's okay, but it's not as good. The other annoying thing is I don't have any black left in that size either.
There's some giant crimps. Yellow crimps for the yellow cable.
Yeah, clown.
Hope no one thinks I'm serious, but oh well.
See, some guy said they want you to be limited to how many questions you can ask a day.
I agree.
Really?
No.
I don't agree.
No, I'm kidding. Just makes me want to ask more questions.
What if you run out of questions early and then you've got like an important question later and you've used your budget for the day?
True. That's a silly question.
What are we going to do then?
I'll admit, sometimes, yeah, I realise my questions, were a bit basic, but oh well.
We're here now. Crimped. If it was a ratchet strap, I would have gone twing.
Oh no, the hairy metals. You're going to be picking these up for years with your tyres.
No, I'm not. Won't matter, bro. I keep buying multi-packs.
You should just buy, now that you've got 3 grab kits that don't have that
3?
size.
4.
Oh, 4? My bad. You should just buy a big singular pack
length of it.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Oh, wow, way ahead of me. Is that how you meant to crimp? Like,
Dunno.
with the rotation as
I don't
well?
know. I just don't think I've got exactly the right dies in that. Someone's going to come and tell me that you need to use a heat gun.
You need to use a heat gun.
Apparently.
None of that is burnt.
You're burnt.
Thank you. This connector connects into...
The wristwatch. That black piece. Nice. So that's our solar power input.
It's all about the technique when using the fire, in my opinion. Seems like you've got a very well-refined technique there to me.
It's not my first time using a torch to do heat shrink. Oh, that's what I want to do. I want to get the bolts for the terminals because I want to confirm before I screw anything down that our cable lengths are going to work.
Smart.
Because like I said, these cables come pre-installed in the DC-DC charger. You either fix with your cable lengths or you've got to extend stuff, which depending on where you put your DC-DC charger, it may be easy to just extend all of your cabling. But because we're going to put it just here with the battery itself, no dramas at all. It is also worth keeping in mind that this is a live battery because even though out of the box, while it's not going to be fully charged, there may be power out these posts. So you do need to keep that in mind that this is a hot battery for your safety. So whenever I'm not actually doing something, I like to keep at least the positive terminal covered just to maintain safety so that we don't short it out and damage either the charger or the battery. They are all protected internally, but it is worth keeping in mind that you short stuff out and you are going to cause problems.
The most tedious part of the job. Make a liar out of me.
You like that trick?
Yeah, I do.
So it'll chill there now.
It's looking pretty neat.
We're only just getting started, mate.
So that one was?
That's the solar input. So when we got the solar panel,
Yep.
literally just clip him in into that and he's good to go. So now we've got our roll of raspberry licorice. I got way more cable than I need.
Yeah, it's always smart.
Fun fact, we're originally going to put this in Gian's Impreza. We didn't.
Is that why you got extra amount of cable? That
I bought the cable length based on maybe doing the Impreza.
Yeah, plus extra.
Plus, yeah,
So
plus
on
extra.
this, it's extra.
Double extra.
You use it for something though.
Oh, for sure. It's not a concern, it's just extra cable.
Yeah. Just add it to the stash of things.
You know what I love? It's not crimping cable. It's just always awkward. I'm probably doing it exactly the wrong way, but...
There's probably worse ways.
Probably. Don't forget the heat shrink. I'm going to tighten these later. I'm just getting them in the position.
Does this mean you are starting from the front and running it back?
It does.
Yeah, cool.
Did I say that I was doing something else?
No, I just was wondering.
I couldn't decide. So I figured I'd start from the front and go back.
Yeah, that's cool, because then you know the exact cable length that you need.
Can you pass me the screwdriver, please? Thanks, mate. I'm only just nipping those up at the moment.
It's not their final talk.
It is not.
You do actually like licorice, right?
Nope.
No way. Raspberry licorice?
Oh, that's fine.
Okay, yeah, cool.
Is it technically raspberry licorice, or is it like calling sparkling wine champagne? Does licorice need to have an aniseed component to be licorice?
I would say yes.
Well then, no, I don't like licorice.
Well, there goes my next question.
What?
Have you ever, in the same mouthful, had licorice and raspberry licorice?
I have not.
If you like licorice, that's the bomb diggity.
Okay. I do not, in fact, like licorice. Glad we
Yes.
cleared this up.
You did make that quite clear.
If your battery install requires you to pass through any steel or aluminium bulkheads, please make sure you do use correct rubber grommets. It's also worth mentioning not to go spearing a screwdriver through a factory grommet, because there is every chance you are going to damage wiring either in that grommet or behind the dash, and that's going to lead to a bad time. The other thing is too, it may not actually cause a problem on the day. You may find that you damage wiring and then in the future you're out on the track or off grid somewhere and the vehicle fails. So yeah, just a few little tips and tricks to keep your off-road vehicle surviving long term, because you don't want to be stranded in the middle of nowhere with electrical issues, because it's not fun. Just got to get the trim panels out, take these trims out all together and get the cable run. I'm just looking for a accessory power wire at the moment, because the DC-DC charger has an accessory input so that it doesn't drain the main starting battery all the time.
Yep.
So I've just got to locate the correct wire under the dash there. I'm pretty sure from when we did the gauge install that there is actually an accessory power under the dash there. So we'll wire that in, hopefully off the back of that connector.
Cool, I think I understand. So you put the accessory power on and now you're going to test what actually has power.
Yeah, but then I'm going to go back. If I do find power, I'm going to then turn the key off. There we go.
And then make sure it doesn't have power.
Yeah. Alright, sick. We've got accessory power there. I have already tested this wire. I'm going to strip it, because that's where we're going to join into, but I'm also going to check it. No power. Power.
Cool, so that was key on power,
Yeah.
key off, no power.
So we're going to join into that and then run it across so that we've now got our accessory signal. And I'm going to run it now before I forget and put the whole interior back in, and then have to pull it all out and run it again, because that's a bad time. While I've been mucking around here, I just, for the lols, put the solar panel outside, because I actually noticed it's got USB ports on it. And no surprise, plugged it in instantly, it's pumping out power, charging my phone. So pretty cool little setup. All of the Renogy stuff we're using today is all available separately. We'll actually have a link in the description for the battery and a discount code as well. So by the time this goes live, there'll be a discount code in the comments, and hopefully you guys can take advantage of it and get some good stuff for a reasonable price.
Is this cable tie? Cable tie.
Yes, cable tying.
Yeah.
this tape type cable tie.
Yep, nice.
Just so I can feed it, because I'm actually going to run it under the carpet and across and probably up near where the tunnel is, rather than try and come, because there's no clear path to run it across here, so I want to try and snake it across diagonally a little bit. Do you reckon I might have got a bit much cable?
Nah. How many Pajero you reckon you could have done?
Literally could have done 2. Oh, that's not too bad at all, actually.
Don't you love that when you expect the worst, then you're pleasantly surprised? I forgot about the cup holders back there.
It's not cup holder. Oh, and the quarter panel.
Yeah, it's just everything you could ever
Bit
need
ahead of
back
its
here.
time, isn't it?
Yeah, you got the music there, you got your cup holder next to the wiring of the speaker. It's good. And you even got a recline. And more room in the back than a Sylvia still.
Sure is. So I'm actually just going to chop this off now. We're going to join them. Choppy choppy. Got a bit of cable left.
Ah, no, you cut it too short.
Give you 2 short in a minute. Don't get short with me.
Wow, that was like a double pun. Short circuit and short length.
You like that?
Yeah, good job. No one can top that.
The internet won't be a fan of that. These are pretty nifty actually. Butt joiners. So they're designed for joining high current cable.
Oh, is that the end of the gas?
Yeah.
Oh, you switched it off.
Nah, it ran out.
Wow. Are there any other ways of doing this setup?
So there's different, as far as the charger and the power bank go, it's all pretty much the same. The difference is really the battery. You can get lead acid batteries were really common 5 to 10 years ago, or AGM batteries, which are like a deep cycle battery. But yeah, in the last kind of 5 years, lithium's really hit its stride. And yeah, with the current tech in this battery, I think I already mentioned before, but you may have seen thermal runaway with these lithium batteries. This particular battery will not do that. It's actually 9 times longer thermal heat conductivity, so it's basically impossible for the thing to run away. So it's pretty safe compared to older lithium batteries. The other thing is actually just the physical footprint of it. So just older batteries are physically bigger, heavier. Like a lead acid battery would be up here to have the similar capacity. So if you're building an off-road vehicle, obviously weight is a big factor, and just the footprint of it as well. Like if you're trying to, like a lot of 4 drives these days, for instance, people are going over their GVM rating. So every single thing you can do to save weight, like this whole setup is probably less than a normal basic lead acid battery that's got half the capacity of this battery. So it's yeah, it's pretty cool technology to be able to have, considering what you could buy 10 or 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Even
Actually,
5 years ago.
Speaking of tech as well, did you say that the battery's Bluetooth?
Yeah, so it actually has an app which we'll play around with a little bit later, but it shows the battery charging, the battery state, the voltage, all sorts of stuff. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Always take a lot of time stripping this cable, not to actually cut the strands. So keeps it all intact. Because if you cut the conductors, it can lead to high resistance, which leads to fire. That's right, this is a right-handed crimper. Not even kidding.
Oh, that's right, because the writing's on the...
Not even,
Yeah.
no, it's not the writing.
Okay.
It's because it's actually asymmetric jaws. So if you look at the actual jaw,
Yeah.
it's not symmetrical. It crimps one side tighter than the other.
Ah.
Can I have my asymmetric crimpers, please?
Yeah, sure.
when you're ready. My back's killing me.
Oh, right, yeah. If only that was a laughing matter. Now you're working on what's going to be plugged into the actual
Yeah, so
solar panel.
this cable is the Anderson plug for the distribution box. That's what this plug's called.
I'm guessing someone called Anderson
Possibly.
created it,
Maybe.
or stole the idea of someone else and just patented the idea first. Satisfying click noise.
Satisfying click noise. Ow.
Oh, catch a bit of your finger there.
That wasn't the finger. It was the other end of the handle. Fool can't get fooled again. That's cool.
Yeah, wow.
So just going to do a little bit of cable management. I'm just literally going to cable tie these all up together and tidy it up. Should actually talk about why you need this.
Why you need which?
The DC charger.
This box?
Yeah,
Why do you need this box?
I'll talk about it in a sec.
Cool. Now or soon?
Once I've done this.
Cool.
Sorry, were you waiting for me to talk?
I wasn't sure.
Cool.
Thought I'd roll in case.
Mad. So the DC to DC charger, interestingly, I wasn't right across this either, and admittedly I'm not still entirely across 12 volt setups, but Scotty Hilsinger from Haltech is also a massive camping four-wheel drive guy, believe it or not, and he was giving me the full rundown on 12 volt stuff and explained why you really need a DC-DC charger with a lithium rather than just wiring it in parallel. So a lot of traditional old school second battery setups are purely wired positive to positive, negative to negative, sometimes with an inline relay which can cut the voltage or cut the power at a certain voltage to maintain the start battery voltage. But that's really old school technology. And the other thing is too, the lithium battery actually requires a very specific charging voltage. So this actually steps up to I think about 13.6 volts to keep the lithium battery happy and maintain it actually charging correctly. Because if you were to wire this up in an old school parallel setup, you're really only ever going to get about 30-35% charge on your lithium. So a DC-DC charger is a must with a lithium setup because otherwise you're really not getting the full capacity of your battery footprint. So yeah, to maximize the efficiency of the battery itself, you really need to make sure that it's charged correctly and maintained correctly as well. Although this does have an onboard management system, it is good to back it up with a DC-DC charger.
Extra safe.
Yeah. Extra safe. We need to put the fuse in, otherwise nothing's happening. Otherwise it'll be very confusing. Huh. I am a dad.
Notice that says 50 amp. Is there a reason for
Yeah,
that?
because it's a 50 amp fuse.
I see. Nice. Why did you use the 50 amp fuse in that particular location?
That's actually what Renogy recommend to have there. So now in theory, if I start the car, we should get DC-DC charging action and some lights on the charger, and it should give us some status lights, and if we hook the solar up, it'll give us even more things.
Sweet.
We got things?
Yeah, so it says power on as soon as the car turned on.
No.
Gel has remained on, I've noticed, for a little while.
No, we've got to select the battery, I think. So now selected the correct battery. You can go solar priority, so it'll pull power from the solar socket first and then use the secondary charger, but it's currently telling us that it's charging.
Cool.
That's pretty snazzy.
Yeah.
We've also got our distribution block, which now has power.
5.31. That guy's going to come back for me in the comments.
You deserve it.
There you go. You weren't lying about the 13.5 volts.
So this is the Renogy app. They have battery management systems for homes as well as vehicles. So the battery itself is now paired to my phone. and actually gives you the live charging rate and how long it will take to be fully charged. So it's pretty cool just to be able to just basically one touch look at the capacity of your battery, or the charge capacity of your battery, and also how long it's going to take to charge. So smashing about 400 watts into it at the moment. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And we could hook the solar up and see how much solar is actually coming in to see how efficient the solar is and how good the sun is at the moment. But yeah, 400 watts coming in at the moment. So yeah, it's smashing it pretty good.
Just packing the little fridge.
Getting the fridge in. Man, that fits so well, hey.
Let's go.
To the bush.
Oh, thanks. You even got me a chair.
I did get you a chair. That's had a hard life, that one. Ow. Oh. I just jammed it into my own foot.
Nice.
That's karma.
Ah, good thinking. Plug the solar panel in straight away.
Yep, because then that'll keep the fridge running nice and cool. Nailed it.
The stitching's it's flush.
It's a panther, bro. The moment of truth. So now we've got charging with our solar. We've got solar prioritized. You want a drink?
Sure, thanks.
Did you borrow a Gamba Slammer?
Thank you. Oh. Great success.
Great success. So we've had a mad day. We've got all of our 12 volts set up in. The solar panel works flawlessly. I'm really impressed with just how much surface area you get versus what it packs down to. It actually slides really neatly directly beside the fridge. The battery is just awesome. A slimline, it's super compact. I'm really not losing any boot space, which is at a bare minimum on this thing anyway. So it's also really super safe compared to some other lithiums on the market. The cells themselves take 9 times longer to heat up compared to other lithium cells. So a thermal runaway is basically impossible with one of these batteries. They're also really, really well engineered and designed to cop a lot of vibration and impact. They are a vehicle specific battery, not a battery that's been converted from another application. That in mind, you could put them in absolutely anything: camping, four-wheel drive, trailers, like my mini undersized novelty four-wheel drive, trader utes, caravans, motorhomes, a whole lot. And yeah, the applications are really endless. Having the DC-DC charger as well gives us that extra bit of security where it's not actually ever going to drain our main starting battery if we are running things like a fridge off it overnight. So yeah, it does always cut that circuit off, and it only draws current from the vehicle's charging system when we get power to that accessory sense wire. So yeah, really stoked with how that's all come together, and yeah, can't wait to actually use it more in the future.
Yeah.
Nice job, mate.
Cheers. You're going to say the last line?
Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time. I was going to say it, then you interrupted. I was going to drink and then say it.
Oh, shit. How rude of me. Just jumped the gun there. Getting all nervous with the space. Well, that's
How's the serenity? Got the creek, got the frogs, nice bit of sun.
Yep.
You wouldn't think it was like autumn. With the horrendous weather we've had in the last few weeks, this is cracker.
True.
Good day at work.
All right, crack out the fishing gear. All right, bye.